All right. What is good, guys and girls of YouTube? My name is Justin Omoe, and I'm here with a video for you guys and girls to teach you about automation. One thing before we start, I might cough and in advance. My bad. I'm still coughing. I don't know why. I don't want to go to the doctor. I just want to drink tea or make it go away. Anyways. Today, I'm going to show you how to do automation clips. I know in certain videos, most videos that I talk with the vocal effects, I use automation clips and I show you how to do it, but I'm making a standalone video for those who want to directly find how to do that. So let me speak in first and foremost, what is an automation clip? Is it these little dots here? No, that's MIDI notes. Is it these little wavy things? No, that's audio. Is it these lines? Yes. See what I'm saying? The lines, these little line things here, these are known as automation clips. Now, automation clips, let me break it down to you. Auto, automatically, and mation, I don't know what the Latin root is. I never check Latin, but mation has to do with movement, automatic movement. So if you've seen stuff like on the mixer board, how these faders move on its own, that's all through automation. So yes, automation is not sound. It's not, any audio file. It's actually signals of ones and zeros telling the computer at certain points to read read what I've done here. Or if you're recording, you're writing the automation in and apply these effects to these certain sounds that is being triggered. So in this case, let's look at this one right here. Fruity filter beat cut off frequency envelope. So I'm gonna go into my whatever this thing in the mixer. I'm going to the beat and notice fruity filter, pop, and then we have something called the cutoff frequency envelope. Let me go back to start one. So in the filter, notice here it's 0. If I hit play, you'll notice this thing move on its own because of this. So I'm gonna hit play right now. Yeah, it's the mind of a murderer. Yeah. It's the mind of a murderer. Yeah, it's the mind of a murderer. Yeah, it's the mind of a murderer. Yo, you went. Cool. So as you've seen, it moved on its own. It's not any zombie. It's not a ghost. But yes. So if you don't know what the cutoff was, let me just do it manually real quick. F9. Let's go here. I'll hit play and trigger it on and off. You'll see what the cutoff is. Yo, you were nobody with a body. Shoulda came with somebody. Now you're left with. So that's what the cutoff frequency does. So yes, automation clips, again, it triggers what sound to change, when to change it. I'll go over how to actually create the automation clips and stuff in a bit. Let me just show you more of what automation could be done. And yeah, since we're in this project. Notice this one is mute solo, this gross beat one. Let me just zoom in. Gross beat for the intro, mute solo envelope. So if we go ahead and go to F9, the mixer again, let's go to vocals right here. Is this where the gross beat is? No. Is where? Oh, yeah. My bad. It says intro. So let me find the intro, gross beat. Now mute and solo, that's this little function right here. So what's going to happen is when this hits 100, usually more than 50, but in this case it's 100, it'll turn green. So I'll hit play. Mind of a murderer. Yeah, it's a mind of a murderer. Yep, cool. So notice it turned green, and what happened is that it activated this. So one more time, let me just go ahead and turn off the beat so you don't hear that. Mind of a murderer. Yeah, it's a mind of a murderer. Yup. So yeah, it activated that effect. That is another case of automation. And of course, just like we could do with volume, the intro volume here, notice this thing here. So I'm gonna go back to here one more time. Notice the intro volume fader move up. Yeah, it's the mind of a murderer. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna go through all that. You see it's moving, right? Cool. Oh, here's one more. Okay, one more. D blue tape stop for vocals. D blue tape stop the trigger envelope. So let's go over those two now. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So in the D blue tape stop for vocals, so let's vocals. No, it's not that one. Vocals. This one, the blue tape stop, bop. So yes, we have the mute solo again, which is this, and the trigger, which is this little function here. So if I hit play, why is this always? Oh yeah, that's because it's not here. Let me do that one more time. D blue tape stop, bop. Cool. So notice when this hits here, the D blue will turn on, and when it hits, up here, the D blue will go to 100. And that's the vocals. If you don't know what tape stop is, it's basically ew. So hear this. Cause the smell deteriorated. Misery mingle in his mind. So you see there that ew, and the trigger activated on its own. Those are all automation clips. So yes, I'll stop showing you what I've done and show you how to create these automation clips yourself. So yeah, let me go into another empty project and do that for you. All right, cool. We're in an empty project with nothing, and I'll go ahead and, show you what we could do with automation clips. So let me just create some quick loop. So let's say I just put a distortion and I want to automate that distortion, the mix. So that's this thing here. We could right click, create automation clip, bop. So you see the automation clip created throughout the whole section. All right. So yeah, we got the automation clip here. Awesome. So how do we put points onto this thing? Easy. Right click, bop, point, bop. Cool. Now let's say, this is such a straight line. I don't want it to be a straight line. This little button in the middle, let me go ahead and zoom in more so you guys can see. This thing right here, this is known as a tension knob. This will change the strength of the curve that we have set. So if I right click here, single curve right here. Yes, I always get single curves, you know what I'm saying? But we could change this curve by clicking and dragging on this little thing here. So notice it's changing the curve. So let's say we do it like this. Notice the mix will curve along with it. And it's going back down to the middle because this point is going straight down. So let's say, I don't want it to go down. I want it to stay up. Let me click and drag this here. Let's say we want it to stay up. We could just put it there and let it end like that. So the last red will stick along. So let's say here. So notice it did not change after it left the building. If we added something set to all the way down here and we create a hold, now hold is a different function that stays all the way at the same constant variable until hit to the bottom. It's gonna go all the way to 0 when it passes here. So look at the mix carefully. Yep. So yes, keep that in mind. It affects the stuff. If we want to keep it up, and it'll keep it up. Cool. Of course, there are different curves that we could use, such as the double curve. Bop, and then we change it. Notice there's 2 curves, double curves. We could do stairs. Bop, change it. 1 stair, 2 stair, 3 stair, more stairs. Dr. Seuss in this bitch. Pulse, which is the squares. And waves, which is like triangles. So yeah, triangles. So if I play this. So yeah, some dubstep kind of thing activates. Let's say, I want this point here, but I don't know the value of it. I don't want to just eyeball it and make it look the same like that. No, it's 2 different things. What we could do is right click, copy the value, pop, and we could right click, paste the value. And what happened is that it just basically copied the same value here. Now, can we copy functions that we do in here? And the answer is yes. Let's say, I want it to be like right here. Right click, copy value. And then we could create a point, right click, paste the value. This value right here is the same one that we set over there. Awesome, we could do things in the effects. But let's say, I don't want to do effects. I want to change the automation of something in these sounds. Let's say, oh, I want to change this into a different shape. That is possible. So let me go ahead and do this. Let's highlight just this section right here, this first half. We could select a automation clip to be created within this section by highlighting, right click. Let's say, oh, I want to change the shape. Right click, create automation clip. Bop. Let's say also I want to change the panning. We can right click, create automation clip. Bop, two different things came along. Let's say, okay, I want the shape to be a different shape now. So let's say this first piece, I want it to be the square. Then I want it to be the sawtooth. Let me right click, copy the value. Let me go here and let's paste it. Right click, paste the value. That's going to be sawtooth. And then sine wave, right click, copy, right click here, paste. Okay, sine wave is all the way there. Let's keep this. How about we do a random? Random. This is basically a noise thing. Copy this value, paste this, 83%, and put this on hold. So notice when we play it, it will change the shape. Awesome. Did you see it functioned? And it's possible because, yeah, automation clips, it works with everything. Almost everything. I'm not sure. Shoot, it can even work with the tempo. Right click, look at that. Create automation clip. Let's do this. Let's change this. So notice the song will go fast and then back to normal if I go ahead and hold this and put this here. Quick tip, if you just saw that movement, I hold shift while I'm moving to keep it on the same vertical. Just like that. If we hold control, click and move, we could, oh wait, hold on. If we click the point and then hold control and move, we could keep the same position, but change the up and down. So yes, I'm gonna hit play. Notice everything goes fast and such. So yeah, automation clip really could change anything and everything. Let's see. Yeah, see this little master pitch here? Guess what? Right click, create automation clip. Cool, right? All right. So yeah, one more time. Let me do the panning since we haven't touched it. I'll do, all the way to the left and then all the way to the right. Notice this little knob here that we create the automation clip on. Just like that. Let me switch this back to the middle. All right. If any case something happens where it just doesn't want to change back, you could middle click, reset, right click, and go to insert song with this position, and it'll change. Just in case that ever happens to y'all. Cool, awesome. There's two more points that I like to talk about before we're done with the video. If it's long, sorry, man. I just got to go into every detail and teach y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yes, let's say we want to create a automation clip that I perform, that I function. It's possible. First, create a new pattern. Next, make sure your snap is set to none if you want to be free with your recording. Third step, click the record button. You could right click and make sure automation is selected. Fourth, play where you want it to start. So let's say there. And then lastly, when the song is playing, you could tweak the function and it will change. So let's say in this example, I'll change, let's see, let me just hit play real quick. Okay, the marimba. I'm going to change the volume of that. So back here, I'm gonna hit play when it's recording and adjust. So notice I changed 3 different things. the volume, the panning, and the stereo separation. Something's weird. It did not turn into an automation clip. It turned into what is known as an event clip. Now, events and automations are kind of like two in the same. The only thing is events are in patterns and automation is something you've written already. It's possible to change to an automation clip. I made a video about it, but I'll just do this real quick. Cool, we're back. Just notice, automation clips. Now, if you know, whoa, all these dots, that's because I just changed the event into the automation. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. I made a separate video. Just click over here in the top right. You'll see the little I button. It'll show you the video on how to do that. So if I hit play, notice it'll change the volume, the pan, and the stereo separation. So let me turn off record. Cool. Notice that it just triggered everything that it recorded. Isn't that cool? That's possible. And, you just saw me do it. All right. Last but not least, let me go over one more function, or two, but two in one. Let's say we're using a third-party VST like this one right here called Nexus, for example, and I want to automate one of these functions here. So let's say, I want to automate, let's say, the delay mix. Right click. It's not working. What the hell? How do I make it work? Don't worry. The reason being is because it's not a FL plugin. It's a third party, so it wouldn't recognize it unless you go into the function itself that is created, known as a CC, which is constant controller. And yeah, we'll be able to change it there. So yes, if that sounds like gibberish, don't worry. This is how we could do it. We could do it two ways. All right, so we could, one, tweak the knob first, and then notice the little thing here called multi-link to controllers. This button will allow us to use the last tweak. So if I right click, pop, notice it says Nexus DEL mix, delay mix, create an automation clip. Wow, we could do it. So if I click, pop, create automation clip, notice we have Nexus delay mix envelope. So let's say, I wanted to go high, I wanted to go low, high, and da. So notice when I hit play, guess what? The mix is going to automate. Hit play right now. So notice it just functioned that. Let me just keep a straight front right here. Awesome. So yes, that's one way. But let's say you don't get that function for some reason. It's all right. We'll have to go through an advanced method called creating a thumbnail and then changing the CC of it. So what we do is click here, go into make editor thumbnail. Notice the little snapshot sound. Hopefully that sound came up. And then we'll go into the browser. So this little browser side, if you don't have it, view, browser, Alt F8. Oops, I didn't mean to. Oh, wait, yeah. So notice we have a folder called generators, which is basically VSTs or plugins we use for sounds. 3X oscillator, the synth, what was this called? Citrus? Yeah, and then Nexus, which we just made a clip of. If we click it, bop, these are all the little CCs, continuous controls. And Nexus has these labeled, so we will be able to change what we want to change. So let's say for this example, let's change the master cut. So yeah, where's the master? Master filter, the cut off. Hold on, let me just see if I could. Yeah, I'll just do that. So if you don't know what the cutoff sounds like, let me just do that. Nexus, let me just bring the volume up. All right, so it's the bells. So if I adjust the cutoff, let me go here. Notice the sound is gone. So yeah, notice that's what the cutoff does. So let's say we want to automate that. Yeah, right click, create automation clip. Wow, that was easy. And then just go ahead and right click and create. Simple as that. Notice if we hit play again, notice it'll move. And yeah, so notice that is another way to do it. Generator, go into the functions, and yeah, same thing with these. These change the oscillator shape, panning. Citrus, it changes a whole bunch of different things, operators, filters, and so forth. This is more advanced. So if you can't do this, the right click, then you'll have to go into the generator for that. So yes, I spoke too much. I'm coughing the hell out of everything. And yeah, I mean, I literally spit out foam for some weird reason. Rabies? I don't know. Anyways, thank you for listening. Hopefully this video helps you out. I've made videos on everything else when it comes to FL Studio, from the browser to the pattern. So if you're still new to FL Studio or want to learn more, by all means, click the I button, top right. There's a playlist for it. And I make so much more videos. If you don't know who I am, my name is Justin Omoe. And yeah, give the video a thumbs up if it helped you out. Be sure to subscribe if you want to learn more about music and, be a better you and such. So yes, once again, my name is Justin Omoe. And with that being said, peace.